Hello, and welcome. Today, I'm going to talk about subtraction. Last episode was adding. This is subtracting. So, this is my 3-bit, I should say subtractor. How it works, I'm going to go from the first part of it to the end. And first I'm going to talk about how subtraction works, and I actually built these little billboards to explain it. So, this billboard shows 4 subtracted by 2. So, like I said about binary last episode, with the hundreds and tens and ones, and it's all built with zeros and ones. So the first thing that you want to do when subtracting is get your number and put it in all zeros. If we had 8 bits, it would look something like that. So that's what it would look like, not that. So you want to put it in this form of where it is in your big line of numbers. So this is 2, and this is 2 also. Now we want to make all the negative charges positive and all the positive charges negative. So what was 2 is now 5. So 2 became 5. And then we want to add 1, so that's 6. And then we want to do our addition. And that's going to be 4 plus 6. Now you're like, that's 10. How does that equal 2? Well, the reason it equals 2 is that since we're in 3 bits, 10 looks something like this. As you can see, that's bigger than what 3 bits can handle, which is that. So, because the computer can't handle this extra 1, it just destroys it, and now it becomes 2. So, this is what happens. 4 plus 6 equals 2. And I can explain that with this. So, and this is another explanation. And this is 2 subtracted by 1, which equals 1. So 1, then all the negative and positive charges, then add 1, then that plus that equals 1. And so on and so forth. So I'm going to show you how I did it here. The first step, I switched every single, this is the, I think this is the, whatever it's called, the second number here is this, and this is the first number. So what we're gonna have here is, I think it's the numerator, but, so what's happening is the first thing that we're doing is we are turning all the negative charges into positive charges, and all the positive charges into negative charges, with just NOT gates. That's all we're doing. Just a NOT gate to switch them. Simple as that. That's how we are switching them around. Next thing we're doing after we're switching them around is I'm adding 1. This is the adder, and I have 1. So when this is on, it's just going to add 1, and it's just going to go straight through, and this is going to turn on. When this is off, it's going to add 1. And this is going to become off, and it's going to carry over, as you can see here, carry over to this, and so this is off, and that's going to be on, and what's going to happen is it's going to carry over again, and then this is going to do it, and it's going to carry over again until it can't carry over anymore, because 3 bits cannot handle another number, so it's eventually 0, because we don't have the levers pulled. If I pull this lever, because of all the carryovers, it's going to finally carry over to here, which is going to allow this, but nothing else. So that's how that works, just adding 1. Now let's subtract 4 from 4. This is 4 and that's 4, because it's 3 bits. So what's going to happen is this is going to go, this little signal here is going to go up, and it's going to go with this signal over to this full adder. The full adder is going to go to this, which if it's carrying over, it would stop it from doing so. As you can see, nothing's on. That's because 4 subtracted by 4 is 0, so nothing is on. And that's how it works. So it's as simple as that. And you can do a lot of things with it. I'm going to build it for you. So let's do another one. 3 subtracted by 2. It's going to add, it's going to switch them over to negative, then add 1 to it. So as you can see, these two are on 110, just like we had over here when we did 4 and 2. As you can see, 110. We have 100 from 4 plus 110, which is actually happening over here. So it's going up, and then this is 100, this is 110, because of this and that, and because of only this. And so the first thing that I want to do is I want to do this, and so this is just going to go straight through, no carryover, so just going to go straight to the 2. This one, however, since it can't carry over and both of them are off, then nothing's happening. It's as simple as that. Just nothing's going to happen, and so it equals 2, and that's the correct answer, because, as you might know, 4 subtracted by 2 is 2, and that's correct. So now let's build one. We need a lot of space to build it, a lot of area, so, hey, that's different than it was. Now it's telling me, that's pretty cool, I think. So now it's telling me what each thing is that wasn't there before. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we're gonna add 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're gonna add 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Add 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add 1. And now we're gonna put the signs on top. So sign on top here. It's gonna say 4. A sign on top of here that's gonna say 2. And a sign on top of here that's gonna say 1. Then over here we're gonna have the same thing. So 4 and 2 and 1. And then we're gonna go to the adding. So we're gonna do this and switch over to negatives. And there we go. Now we are going to add 1, so we want to have 1 here, always, that's just going to always be on. That's going to go over to here, which is going to do this little AND gate, XOR gate, yeah, that's what it's called, XOR gate. XOR gate stands for exclusive OR, for anyone wondering, because it is exclusive, as you might know, obviously because it only happens if one or the other, not when they're both on. So there we go, this is our XOR gate. We're gonna have our repeater coming in, and redstone coming down there, and we're going to connect it to this one's gate, XOR gate. So another XOR gate here. And how we're gonna make it go over? Well, it's actually very simple. We're just gonna what did I do before? Let me see. It's over here. I forgot. Yeah, that's what I thought. What we're gonna do is we're going to break this, and we're gonna move it down one more, and then we're gonna have that connected there, and then we're gonna have it go over this line like that, and we're gonna go like this, do this, build the exclusive OR in the process, and we need repeaters here, and this going around here, and then this like this like this, and this like this. Now that we did that, we want to do this one, the final one. Going out one, building this whole thing, and now we have adding 1 done to our negative number, and we have a negative number. Now this needs to be repeated. And now we have a negative number also. So that's how you get negatives in binary, by doing this process. And I haven't really explained it over there much. Subtracting, all it is adding a positive number with a negative number. That's all it is. So you get a negative number, and then you add, a positive number, and then you add a negative number to it, and that's what subtracting is. It just making it look a little bit simpler, but that's all it is. And so that's what you're doing in binary. What we're doing right now is we're making a negative number using binary. And so we're turning our normal number into a negative one. So this is what we have here. And we actually don't need a carryover, so we can shrink this down. Because we can't carry it over because it's only 3 bits. So instead we're going to shrink this down so that we don't need to. Not like that. We can shrink it down even more by just doing that. Like that. So that's going to be how we're going to do it. So this is how we're getting our negative number. Fairly simple. Let's say we want 4. This is going to be on, only this is going to be on, and all these are going to be off. So sometimes it's the same, but sometimes it switches. So this is going off. We're just turning this on. So 4 being subtracted is just 4. That's all it is. So now that we have this, we want to put this out all the way. So wherever we want it to go. So you can go all the way to where these are. And then we're going to make it go a little bit more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, let's say. And then that's where we're going to have them all connected. Right over here. So let's turn that on. Wait 1 second, I gotta sneeze. I don't know if I had to sneeze or not. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't think I do. But yeah, so we're just gonna put repeaters like this. And let's turn this on. Just this one, because it's gonna cause those two to be on. Because it's the negative version of 2. The negative version of 2 would be, in binary, is that. And that's how you figure out the negative versions of things in binary. Depending on how many bits you have, it's what it is. So this is what we have now, and now we want to, and this is where everything's going to be connected. So we're going to put these here to say where everything needs to be. And we're going to have a block there. We're going to make it go across like this. And then we're going to have the block there and make it go all the way across. Now let's place down our redstone. It's going to go all the way over to here. And now we need a repeater there, and a repeater. I think we can place a repeater there. Yeah, we can. But I think it's making it. Yeah, I think it is. If we put a lamp. Yeah, it's making it all the way there, so just barely. Now we need to put a block there. And we need to activate, place a block there, and then we need to build all the way out. And so this is how we're going to transfer our signal all the way over to there and put them all together. So this is what I did before. This is what I'm doing now. So yeah. Next we want to put this one. This is close to the final one, and oh, that's great. If that was just one bigger, then that would have been a failure. So we want to put this right over here. We make it? Yeah. So this is going to be above there. Then we're going to build out like this. Yeah. Okay. So then we have that, and I'm going to place a torch down 1 second. I'm going to place a torch down right here to simulate if it was on, so that I can place the repeaters. Which of these are on? It doesn't matter with that one, it does matter with this one though. Okay, just make sure. If the wrong ones were on, then that wouldn't have worked. So yay. Glad that one's on. Okay, so that's on. Okay, good. And then we're gonna break that. So what's so important about the right one of these being on? Well, if it was this one, then it would have had an advantage, and then the repeaters wouldn't have been in the right place. So if this one was on, it wouldn't have been making it all the way there. So yeah. So this is what we have now. And we are going to put full adders in between these to add the negative with the positive number. So let's do that. So the first step we have to do is adding the 1 and making a half adder. So very simple. Neither of them are on, but if they were, then this would have been better. So I'm gonna make one real quick because everyone knows how to make the one. At least the people who watched my last video knows how to make this. So I don't really need to explain how it works because you should all know by now. And then we're gonna put that over. We're gonna have the carryover. Then we're gonna do the same over here, but this time it's gonna be a full adder instead of a half adder, which was that one. So let's do this. Add these. Add the repeaters. Redstone going around there. And then a redstone here, and place block there. And block there, block there, block there. Redstone, redstone, redstone. Going over. Now we need to connect them. So we're gonna make 3 blocks out, and then we're gonna place our full adder part of it, which is the second XOR gate, as you probably know. Building that. And building this. I can build this fairly quickly, so that's good. And doing that, that's not right, that's right, there we go. Now we just need to place that, place the block, put that there, and then put this over. Now we need to connect them. And this can be connected in whatever way you want, but I'm going to do it like this. I think I am, at least. When I'm done with this, I'll decide. So now we need to build the second full adder. But the cool thing about this full adder is we're not going to have any carryovers. So we can make it a little bit smaller, and I'll show you that when I'm done with it. So let's do that. So what we want to do is we can place that there. We don't need to get a carryover out of it. So we can place that there, and we can do this. And then we can place these blocks. And I'm going to actually move this repeater out one. Out more than that, actually. Out one, out like that. Now I'm able to have these 4 blocks in the middle, but I want it to be even, so I'm going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. No, even more than that, so I want to have it all the way to there. So there we go, that should work. And we want to add these, and these, and this, and this, and that. So this is our full adder here, without any carryovers. And then we want to make this go out a decent amount. And this needs to go out the most. So I'm going to need to test that out. So I'm going to test it now to see if it's able to make it all the way. And it is not able to. So yeah, there we go. And now we can place our lamps. Oops. And now we can figure out our answer. So our question was, what is 4 subtracted by 2? And so that's going to go through here, figure out the negative number of 2, and then that's going to subtract it by 4, and so it's going to carry over. And so let's go through each step. So the 2 is coming in. Let's start with this part, this 2, from the negative 2. And it's trying to add the 2, but there is none, so it's just going to walk right through. There is no carryover, so it's just going to walk right through again and turn 2 on. I have to actually put signs on these so that we know what each one is. So this is 1, this is 2, and this is 4. 2, and 4. So 2 is now on. 4, this is what 4 is. And it's going through. And 4 is not on because both of the 4s are on. And when both of the 4s are on, there is carryover. But there is no carryover, so instead it's just going to go right through, and nothing's going to happen. So 4 subtracted by 2 is, in fact, 2. And that's how it works. We can try something else, such as let's say 3 subtracted by 2. 3 subtracted by 2. 1. See? It knows how this works. And we can even see it. So, this is 3, 2 and 1. And then, 2 is this, because 2 would normally be 1, 0, 1, so 5, but we're adding 1, so now it's 6, and so this represents 6 in binary, so it's coming up, and it's adding with, these two numbers, which is 1 and 2. The 1 is adding with nothing, so it's just going to go straight through and turn that on. But the 2 is adding with another 2, so instead it's going to carry over, and this carryover is going to go straight into the 4. So the 4 is going to go in, and then the 4 is going to go through, and there's also a carryover. So since there's no carryover with the 4, because it's only 3 bits, then it's just gonna then it's not gonna power anything, and nothing's gonna happen. So overall, it becomes 1. So 3 subtracted by 1, and 3 subtracted by 2 is 1. And you can make huge calculators with subtraction and addition. And next episode, we're gonna talk about multiplication. So like, favorite, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next video. Bye.